The Committee on House Administration will come to order. I note that a quorum is present. Without objection, the chair may declare recess at any time. Thank you, Ranking Member Morelli and members of the committee for meeting today to adopt our oversight plan for the 118th Congress. Oversight and accountability matter. Following our first committee hearing with the now former architect of the Capitol, we know that when we work together in a nonpartisan way, we can deliver results for the American people. With such a strong start right out of the gates, I'm excited to adopt this oversight plan to ensure that we keep the momentum going. Our committee has an opportunity to help rebuild the People's House by bringing robust oversight to all of our legislative branch entities. We'll start by making the House more open, accessible, and transparent. This means fully returning to a pre-COVID-19 posture across the entire campus and creating more opportunities for the American people to engage with Congress. Further, Congress must be more responsibility with how we're spending taxpayer dollars. This includes bringing greater transparency and accountability to the House operations to ensure the legislative branch is strong enough to keep the other branches accountable, all while being efficient with our own resources. To aid that strength, it's time to modernize Congress. By coordinating among other legislative branch entities, we can offer more modern and efficient support services for all congressional offices, both in DC and the district, which in turn will help all members better serve people back home. We must also invest in our workforce to ensure we're providing the American people with the highest, most professional level of service. Finally, we have the great task of building a more resilient House. Whether it's cybersecurity or physical security, we'll establish a path forward to address outstanding Inspector General recommendations and all recommendations from post-January 6th security assessments. In doing so, we'll strengthen the overall security of the House so members and staff can focus on their legislative mission and so Americans can safely and reliably access their government. Our committee has broad jurisdiction over federal elections. Our role is limited, though. We must uphold our Federalist principles. We'll provide oversight over the Federal Election Commission and Election Assistance Commission. I also look forward to working with state and local officials as well as key stakeholders. We'll highlight what works and what some states can do better. This will ultimately improve voter confidence in our elections. We must also exercise Congress's constitutional responsibility over Washington, D.C. by implementing key election integrity tools following years of poorly run elections. At the Committee on House Administration, we have the opportunity to make Congress better and restore faith in our elections. This is our blueprint to do so. I look forward to working together to continue delivering results for the American people. I now recognize the Ranking Member, Mr. Morelli, for opening remarks.
Good morning, all, and I want to thank the chairman for calling this meeting and ensuring the committee follows the new requirements of House Rule 10. Previously, the text of the rule required consultation with the committee's minority when developing authorization and oversight plans. Although that requirement was eliminated at the beginning of this Congress, I do appreciate the opportunity to provide the minority's views of the plan, and I appreciate the thoughtful input from my Democratic colleagues in developing these views. As I mentioned in my opening statement during our organizing meeting, the House Administration is a small but impactful committee, and I think I concur with the chair about this. The House rules task us with a number of important legislative and oversight functions, and I hope that we can continue to work towards bipartisan agreement with fulfilling many of the responsibilities. But there will be times where the chair and I and our members just fundamentally disagree. One major area of disagreement is the role we play in the oversight of federal elections. The Constitution gives the Congress, and the House rules give this committee, the ultimate authority over such elections. One aspect of the oversight plan provides that we will review the 2022 election. I welcome that opportunity. This examination will be important as we continue to explore ways to ensure future federal elections are free from misinformation, disinformation, intimidation, and systemic voter disenfranchisement. I look forward to working with my colleagues to protect the integrity of the electoral process while safeguarding the absolute right to vote. I don't think there is a more fundamental right necessary for a functioning democracy. But despite our philosophical disagreements and differences, we can also find a great deal of common ground, and I think much of that common ground is represented in the plan we're going to adopt today. We agree that the House should be efficient, modern, and resilient, and we agree in fostering strong, productive relationships with our institutional partners and legislative branch agencies to achieve this end. The plan is more than just a roadmap. It memorializes the priorities of the committee and is an important tool for the American people to hold us accountable. I think I speak for all committee members when I say I welcome this accountability. Again, thank you for the opportunity to address the committee, and I yield back, Mr. Chair.
I thank the ranking member. As noted, Committee Resolution 11810, the proposed oversight and authorization plan, has been distributed to members in advance. Without objection, the resolution is considered as read and open for amendment at any point. Does any member wish to be recognized to discuss the draft authorization and oversight plan? Seeing none, are there any amendments? If not, I move that Committee Resolution 11810 be adopted. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. I ask unanimous consent that the committee adopt Resolution 118-9, authorizing the approval of a consultant contract agreement between Stephen McMillan and the Committee on the Budget. Hearing no objections, the resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid upon the table. Pursuant to paragraph B of Rule 14 of the Rules of the Committee, I hereby appoint Cade Alcock, a member of my staff, as Assistant Clerk of the Committee. I request unanimous consent that this letter be entered into the official record. A copy of this letter has been made available to all committee members. This concludes the order of business for today's business meeting, and without objection, committee staff are authorized to make technical and conforming changes to reflect the action of the committee in adopting our oversight plan. Each member will have 5 legislative days to insert additional materials into the record or to revise and extend their remarks. There's no further business. I thank the members for their participation, and without objection, the committee stands in adjournment. We'll pause for about 30 seconds and we'll be